Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Boy, what a busy time of the year. We are into the holidays, just weeks away, everything, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And here at Bay Focus every year, we try to give you opportunities to help people in need and be a part of what's going on in the community. And we have two organizations and ministries. They are ministries as well today that we're going to talk about and show to you. If you're not familiar with them, Metropolitan Ministries, but also I know that you've heard of the Salvation Army, and we're going to spend some time with them and really finding out ways that you can partner with them at Christmas in particular. But we're going to start today. Our reporter for Bay Focus, Alyse Merritt, is with us. Welcome back.
Hello, thank you. It's an honor.
You've been out and about.
Yes.
And you actually went to Metropolitan Ministries, and what was that like for you? What an incredible ministry.
It was
Tampa, heart of Tampa.
It was an incredible experience. We got to meet with the CEO and founder and the head of it, and then we also got to meet and speak with all of the workers and on the main director floor, and who deal with the chapel, who deal with the spiritual well-being, and who also help with the cafeteria, food distribution, etc.
Yeah, and that is just, they have been so well known here in the area and doing so many things for so many years. And here on Bay Focus, we've been highlighting them for many years, but it had been a while since we went to the campus and the holiday tent and the various things that they do, so many different, they partner with other ministries as well and help them, and you're going to give us a look at that. And when you were there, you were seeing, and we're going to see this on here, but you're seeing the build up to the holidays. And are they feeling like they're going to need some help this year?
Yes, always open to donations, always open to helpers, always open to outreach, even ministers who would like to pray. They do have in the holiday tent, which is huge, they have a vast, it's about a football field length. They have a vast area for chapel, praying, and ministry, and obviously prayer for those in need. And
and that's really important, so we want to get the word out on that too. So let's take a look at what you found there at Metropolitan Ministries.
Metropolitan Ministries in Tampa has been serving the Bay Area for over 50 years, providing shelter for the homeless, food for the hungry, and hope for the hopeless.
Hi, this is Alyse Merritt reporting for Bay Focus and Christian Television Network, and we are here at Metropolitan Ministries. Hope is here.
Let's go inside and take a listen to the awesome workers and start with the glorious Chapel of Hope.
We would love to hear a little bit more about the inception of the spiritual care and what your mission is, kind of what your vision is.
And more about this beautiful building of serenity.
As you mentioned, we are in what is the heart of Metro's campus, our Chapel of Hope. And this really was the dream of the founder, Reverend Morris Hintzman, who erected this place as a place where people could come to experience hope, to experience healing, to gather together, and to worship. A lot of folks come here needing physical care, right? They need something to eat, they need a place to live. But we also recognize that when people are in need, they need their spiritual and their emotional needs met as well. And so we do that here. We come alongside them, we journey with them, and what's so wonderful is that our faith partners have always been and continue to be a huge part of that help.
Now to the lovely courtyard.
We are here at the courtyard of Metropolitan Ministries with Brenzie Thompson, who is the Director of Marketing and Communications.
Can you tell us a little bit more about where we're standing and what this means?
Absolutely. So we are in the courtyard at our Tampa campus in Metropolitan Ministries, and just so much happens here on this campus that many people who never get involved with the mission might not know. So directly behind me is one of our residence halls. On this campus, we can house 100 families, and then from those families are the children that are involved. So I think 250 children are residing on our campus right now. Then we have our early childhood education center right directly behind me, and we call that Promised Land, and that is where our infants are, and our school-age children and even our teenagers stay and participate in different educational activities and really get the care that they need to become self-sufficient while they're here on our campus. To the left of me is our kitchen area, and in our kitchen, our staff can eat in the kitchen, but most importantly, our residents are able to eat in the kitchen. We serve them breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Also cooked out of the kitchen are 3,500 meals total that go to our partner agencies and community partners. A lot happens here, not even on this campus, but also off of this campus to help fulfill the mission.
Simply amazing, as are the preparations now underway for the annual holiday tent down the road, where Thanksgiving turkeys, Christmas gifts, donations, encouragement, chapel prayer, and love will be handed out soon. And CEO Tim Marks.
Metropolitan Ministries was formed in 1972. 51 years ago, 13 downtown churches of different denominations came together. They were feeding the hungry, and what they looked at is they looked at stewardship and how they were serving the community, and felt we could be more efficient if we came together. Collaboration. Our mission is to do three things: alleviate suffering, promote dignity, and instill self-sufficiency. And we say that in our mission statement as an expression of the ongoing ministry of Jesus Christ. When families come to get their food, all the food will be in these sorting bins, but we put it up on shelves just like your local grocery store. And when they come in, they go grocery shopping, but with a volunteer. So another relationship, like I'm here to help you, I'm here to serve you, that they're not forgotten, that somebody loves them and cares for them. And they can see that in the form of the individuals that are serving here. That expression of making God's love real, that happens through the engagement of volunteers working with these families.
Well, thank you, Alyse. What a great ministry Metropolitan Ministries is. We just love what they do and are great. We partner with them as well and collect food for them here at CTN as well. So we're glad to do that. We're going to share with you now another well-known ministry that many of you are going to know, but you may not know everything that they do. The Salvation Army is just about everywhere, nationally, internationally, but we're going to focus here on the Clearwater area, Upper Pinellas County, St. Pete. Our particular area, there's all kinds of options here that you can, and for our viewing audiences into Lakeland, down into Sarasota, Central Florida, all around. For those of you watching nationwide, you can find your local Salvation Army chapter as well. But we're honored today to have back with us. Each year we try to bring them in. Major Ted Morris, who is the Corps Officer of the Salvation Army of Clearwater, Upper Pinellas County. Welcome back. Did I say all that right?
You certainly did.
Great
Thank
title.
you. Yes.
Great to have you back.
Well,
but
thank
tell
you.
us,
I enjoy
first
it.
of all, we're going to talk, before we have several things at the holidays that you do that we want to talk about, on top of what everybody sees, which is the bell ringers,
Right.
but there's so much more. But before we do that, I honestly want to inform our viewers that may not know, there's so many different things that the Salvation Army does. But first of all, where the Clearwater location is located, and a little bit, you also have a church. So tell us about
Yes.
your group.
Well, the Salvation Army is a church. Our denominational name is the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And my wife Pamela and I are the co-pastors of the Salvation Army Church. We're located on
love
Belcher
that.
Road next to the Long Center. We have services every Sunday.
Yeah.
And we minister there, which is a great blessing. It's a suburban congregation we have, a couple hundred that come.
Yeah.
And so the things that people see that we do is out of our faith. And so we try to help people because our faith dictates that. And so everything that Army does is based upon our faith. And so that's what we are.
Okay, so the church location there is also where you're located for
It's
the
where our
Clearwater.
offices are.
Yeah.
When people come for help, though, they come to our office really located on Highland and Druid Road. That's where people come for the angel trees and those kind of things. But our administrative offices and our church is all on Belcher Road.
Okay, so you have multiple locations
Yes.
there. Not to mention thrift stores, everything. So let's talk about that. So before we get into the holiday outreaches, let's go into some of the things that you do. I just mentioned thrift stores, so we can start there.
Yeah, the family stores are operated from our office in St. Pete, and all the proceeds, all the donations to the thrift stores and the proceeds from the sales go to one place, and that's our substance abuse recovery program in St. Pete. We house about 110 men who are trying to beat the addiction to whatever it is they're addicted to, and part of their work therapy is working on those trucks. And so when you call for furniture or clothing pickup, the driver is an employee, but the man that works alongside, that's part of his work therapy. It's a 6-month program. It's free, and the funding all comes from the proceeds received from the family
And that is
stores.
that's what you call the rehabilitation.
It's a rehabilitation program, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. That is a wonderful
It is.
service that you do. All right. And then there's something too that it's so in the news today, and I know you have a little different take on it. But just give us a brief on that. You you also, and this is so good to hear too, you try to help and fight human trafficking.
We do, yes. We do resources.
Yeah.
We provide resources for those. So if someone calls us that's involved in that or trying to get out of that, we have resources around the country we can refer them to help them move out of that, because we're passionately involved in that. Yes.
Yeah, I could just see where somebody walks in or somebody knows of something, walks in Salvation Army and dealing with this. It's so important that you can point them in the right direction.
Right.
But, there's also, let me get a little more detail on this, because these are some of the areas I'm talking about now that I know you really work in. Disaster relief. What do you do with that?
Those of us who are officers in the Salvation Army are on call 24 hours a day to do disaster services. So whether it's a natural disaster or even a man-made disaster, we are on call to help with that. We were stationed in Orlando during the Pulse nightclub shooting event back in 2016. And my wife and I were involved in that. We had our food truck located right next to the Pulse nightclub, and we were serving the first responders. We provided assistance for victims of that event. When hurricanes come, we're on call to.
Well, I remember the hurricanes.
And they come, and so we're on call to move our food truck in any part of the country, really, to assist with that. So that's one thing we do, and it's very rewarding. But you see the need of the people when they come to receive food. There's no question about the need when they come and they've lost their home or they've lost their business, and our job is to provide hot food for them in their neighborhoods when they're without power. Once power is restored, then we pull out because they have the resources to provide their own food. But our job is to provide hot food when they don't have power.
I remember when you went down, even when we were here last year, everybody was dealing with Hurricane Ian.
Yes. We find locally what we need. We work with the emergency disaster program of the county. Yeah. And we work under their auspices, and they tell us where the need is, and we're there.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, and before we get into your holiday assistance program, there's another one that I just think is really awesome that you do. It's called the Pathway of Hope.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
We try to attack poverty from its root. And so Pathway of Hope program is a national initiative of the Salvation Army where we come alongside families who are living on the edge of poverty. And so we work with them. We try to help them set their goals and help them move out of poverty. We work with families with children so that it affects both generations. And so we try to, most people are in their homes, and we try to help them to better their situation through education, through job training, and our job is to address poverty on a multi-generational basis. Yeah. At our location in Clearwater, we house about 15 homeless women and children who are part of that program, and they go to school, and they're with us about 2 years. It's a supportive housing program that we're hoping to expand in the next few years, but we provide education for them so they can leave our place and have a full-time job. We had one lady not long ago who got a registered nurse degree, and she's now making $30 an hour, is her own home, and she was from homeless to being fully functional. That's our goal with that program.
That is a success story, and it makes it so worth doing. All right, then on top of that, they would almost go hand in hand. You do provide social services or connect with other social services.
We work with a lot of agencies in the area, and people can come to our office on Druid and Highland. We provide food, we provide rent assistance, utility assistance. Rent is just a crisis right now. No one calls us and says they're having a good day. Everyone calls us and says they're in crisis. And so we have case managers who are all people of faith that will pray with them and we'll try to help them through that situation.
Yeah, okay. That's just such a big part of what you do. There are a few other things we could talk about if we have time, but I want to get to some of the holiday things first. You know, let our viewers know that there's multiple ways that they can work, but let's kind of do it in consecutive order right now because Thanksgiving is upon us. So what do you do at Thanksgiving?
We have a very generous benefactor who about 30 years ago drove up to our office with about a dozen frozen turkeys in the back of her Camaro and said, can you use turkeys? We said, yes. That's developed over these years to 12,500 frozen turkeys that she's providing for us this year. And so that's 6 tractor-trailer loads of frozen turkeys.
Yeah, kind of outgrown the Camaro.
She's outgrown the Camaro, that's true.
That's amazing.
And so we provide turkeys for anyone who needs them. Actually, all turkeys have a home now. We pass out tickets, so they all have a home. And so on certain days that are indicated on the cards, those who receive their cards, they can come and pick up their turkeys and the fixin', all provided from this anonymous donor.
I absolutely love that. Okay, now moving in, then right on the heels of that, or concurrently, is your Christmas outreaches. Before we get into this really cute one, I love the one, so we're going to show some pictures. But the well-known names too. Tell me about Angel Tree and Silver Bells.
Yes. Back in 1979, one of our officers in Lynchburg, Virginia, was walking through a mall and said, "What can we do to provide clothing for children?" Happened to walk into a card store and found a Christmas card with 3 angels on the card. And they thought, what if we cut that card up and put the children's clothing size on the back of the card, hang it on a Christmas tree, and people can adopt that card and buy things for that children. Started back in '79, and so now we provide toys and clothing items for children. For about 763 families are going to be provided help through the Angel Tree program. About 1,600 children provided toys and gifts. When the parents apply, we ask them, what are 3 wishes? What are 3 needs? And so we get the clothing size and the shoe size and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
People can adopt an angel like this one. They can adopt one off a tree, and they purchase the item, and then we make sure that item purchase goes to them. Silver bells, same thing, but for seniors. And so anyone 65 and over can come to us with need. We provide microwave ovens, and we provide rocking chairs. In fact, as of the airing of this date, all the people have applied. It's just a matter of people now adopting those angels on those trees.
Oh, I love that. I never heard of the silver bells.
Yes.
I think that's amazing.
Got about 282 people are going to be receiving gifts through silver bells this year.
All right, Red Kettle Drive, the bell ringers. Where are we at with that? You can probably use help.
We can always use volunteers, volunteer groups, church groups, Sunday school classes. Anybody can contact us, and we will put them in a place. We are so thankful that the Christmas kettle has become kind of a fabric of Christmas over the years in America. So that's a blessed place for us to be. And so we make sure the kettles are out there. We always need volunteers to help us with that.
Yeah, okay. And then there's an event coming up, and we have pictures of this as we're talking about it, that the gingerbread house decorating party. Oh my gosh, I love that.
That is a lot of fun. At the Bel Air Country Club, the Bellevue Inn, Bel Air Country Club. We have a tent there, and we have about 150 women, some men actually, that come. Tables are sponsored by corporations and families. We provide the gingerbread house, and then all kinds of candy and fixins to do that. And we spend about 2 hours decorating those. They receive awards for the best decorated ones. We have judges that walk around and grade them. And so they come prepared. Some come with their own decorations, and they do a team as a table many times, thematic houses. So it's a lot of fun. So it's a great way for many people to start the Christmas season. It is, and
it benefits too, the funds raised.
Yes, the funds raised benefit our housing program for single women and children I referred to earlier. So that goes strictly to that program.
That makes it even more worthwhile doing.
Absolutely.
You're doing it for a purpose.
Right.
Doing it for a purpose. And we have a couple minutes left here. I wanted to mention something that I don't think, again, a lot of people, Salvation Army, realize that you do. You have some specific programs, music and arts.
Yes.
What do you do with that?
We provide a free school of music every Wednesday night at our office on Belcher Road. We have about 70 young people that come from the area, and we provide education in keyboarding, in brass, in piano, percussion, and voice. And our teacher, and acting. We have actually actors from Ruth Eckerd Hall that come and provide acting information for our children. And twice a year they do a concert. And so as part of that, we provide a devotional. We teach them about the Lord, but also help to expand their gift of music in many ways.
I love that. I mean, again, that's a little known thing that you guys do. But now hopefully we're helping get the word out.
Yes.
You also have a ministry for women and youth and young adults. Tell us about those.
Yes, because our church activities, we have normal activities for women and men. We have a women's group that meets every Tuesday mornings. We have about 30 or 35 women that meet, and so they have a great time together, having speakers come in, have great fellowship. Some people say that whenever Salvation Army people meet, a chicken dies. And so we love to eat.
You're eating chicken.
We have lots of food and lots of fun at the Salvation Army.
That's the best. You got me on that one. I was not expecting that.
We do say that.
Well, chickens, turkeys,
That's
they're all
right.
going
They're all
in the
there.
Salvation
Yep.
Army.
You know it.
I know. Okay, and then the youth and young adults. Is that like the normal like youth and young adult programs connected with your church?
With the
Is
church,
that,
yes. People that are involved in our church and others that are not involved are welcome to come.
They can come from the community.
Absolutely.
Just come.
And some people like to come to our worship service just to check out how we worship, and they're always welcome to be there.
I love that. I love that. Okay, tell us a little bit about, where we've given all the programs, all the things that you do, but paint us a picture of families, of people coming to you. We know you're doing some things with single moms, et cetera, but you know, we hear a lot of things about our economy,
Yes.
everything going on. Are you still encountering people that are really in need? I mean, you would think they try to, there's supposed to be all this, the great economy still on a roll,
Right.
but yet things are still expensive. Like you said, rent, there's still things.
That's true. We are actually dealing with women and children who are street homeless, living in their homes. We had one family of 7 children living in their car for six months, and she found our program, and now she's in our residential program, seeking education and seeking a better life. So we're seeing people living in crisis. And because of that, we're hoping in the next few years to expand our residential program for women, building about 30 apartments for women and children and families on our property to address this. And not only just providing housing for them, but wraparound services. So our staff will come alongside them and help them better themselves. So we feel that program is crucial for our community, and that's one thing we're hoping to expand.
Okay, so we mentioned a lot of the holiday outreaches, everything you're doing with the various programs, but what would be, if we've got viewers watching and they're hearing all these different things, ways that they can do, what would be some of the best ways for them right now? What are some of your greatest needs? What would be targeted right now?
Right now, our greatest needs are for volunteers, for personnel, and it's fun to be a volunteer on Angel Tree Distribution Day, because you actually can take that bag from the shelf with that number on it that's earmarked for that family and able to present it to a family in their car. That's an exciting time. We need volunteers for that. We need volunteers for our turkey distribution. I call it like NASCAR pit row. 6 cars pull in, we put the turkeys in the fixings of the car, they pull out. We need volunteer teams to help with that. We always need volunteers to help bell ring. And at first it's kind of a little scary standing on the street corner ringing a bell. Once they start though, I've not heard a single person that says, I don't want to do it again, because they get to meet people, it's fun, they provide Christmas spirit. So the greatest need right now during this season is volunteers to help us do what we do.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on in the world as we record this program, and as we air this program. You just don't even. It's like you're taking day to day, and the Salvation Army is ready to be there if there's any needs anywhere. You guys are out there nationally, internationally, and you're such a blessing to everyone. But I want to thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, darling.
Today on the show, and I like what you said, and particularly, this is something that we all need to be reminded as people of faith, people of Christian faith. That everything you do is an outgrowth of that.
Absolutely.
That stuck with me, what you said.
Yes.
Everything you do, that all of these programs, everything, is a faith in action.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's doing that. Spiritual needs first.
Exactly. Our founder says that we want to present the gospel to them, but they're not going to be open to the gospel unless we help them meet their physical needs. We use terms soup, soap, and salvation. Let's provide food for them.
I like that.
Let's help them get cleaned up, and then offer our gospel
soap,
for them.
and salvation.
Yes.
I like that. So there's just a lot of things I'm remembering out of this interview today, including the fate of chickens.
Chickens, that's right. Sorry about that.
No, that's one of my favorites. That's going to go down
true,
as
though.
one of my
We say that.
favorites. Thank you so much,
Thank
Major
you,
Morris.
Darlene.
And we're going to be right back on with more Bay Folks. So we're going to show you how you can contact the Salvation Army as well. Their website, we've been giving that throughout the show, salvationarmyclearwater.org. Hope you'll partner with them. And we will be right back with more Bay Focus.
We want to hear from you. Is there an event happening in the Tampa Bay area? Or an organization helping the local community? If you have answers, let us know. Email us at darleneg@ctnonline.com. Find us online at ctnonline.com/bayfocus, or follow us on Facebook at Bay Focus TV.
It's a great day, and it's a great day to start your week. So join us every Monday
We have interviews. We do talk about sports, things that God's doing, good news around the world. We even do a devotional every day. So you can join us, and it's going to be every Monday.
Live every Monday, and then that's going to carry you through your week with the good news, the devotional that we do, just the word of the Lord. So join us every Monday live on Love Living Life.
It's like, what's up, bro?
Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's program. We have shown you 2 ministries that you can partner with. Metropolitan Ministries in the heart of Tampa, but they fan out a lot of what they do to many other ministries. They provide food, provide different things to other organizations. They have holiday tents, as you saw, and if you can go to their holiday tent, that would be greatly appreciated. And also the Salvation Army. We gave you so many different ways, so many things they're doing with the angel tree. The silver bells, the bell ringers that they need, ways that you can get into and plugged in the gingerbread event. I love that too. But all the different things that they're doing and the turkey giveaways. And I have to tell you, I am always in awe when I see Christians and organizations year in and year out meet the needs. And they can't do that unless they have supporters and people get out there helping them, like you, and partnering with their ministries and contributing and donating. All of that is so important. And this time of the year in particular, it's kind of a time of the year that we always want to meet the needs of families, but also it should be year round. It should be year round. It was something Major Morris said, and I mentioned it a few minutes ago, that it's an outgrowth of our faith. Everything that we do is an outgrowth of our faith. And I also want to encourage you to support CTN and support Bay Focus as we put a spotlight on area ministries that are doing the work. And we ourselves as a network are out there too, doing things in the community and supporting ministries and meeting the needs of people. But I also want to hear from you. You can connect with me via email through the Bay Focus Facebook page. I like to hear what's going on in the community, any reactions you might have had to stories that we've shown, but more importantly, that you're connecting with the ministries that we're putting a spotlight on this show. So thank you so much for tuning in this week. We will see you next week. May God richly, richly bless you.